Ice cream. It's taking his sweet, loving time today.
Actually, you'll be surprised. I think we're already live.
I think we are. So I am going to close this because I don't want us to be talking over everything else. Hi, everyone. And thank you for joining us. This is Giangi with Giangi's Kitchen. And
I'm Azlin from linsfood.com.
Wonderful. And today we are going to prepare pasta. So Azlin, you want to tell us what you're going to do?
I am cooking smoky masala linguine. So it's pasta. You can use spaghetti if you want. You can use other stuff, fusilli, penne, whatever you want to do. And then it's a simple, creamy sauce with a touch of curry powder.
Fantastic. So let's put our pasta in. I am going to do ink pasta with shrimp, tomatoes, and garlic. And the ink pasta, as you can see, it is black and is made out of calamari, the squid ink. So shall we toss it in?
Yep.
It's going.
Let's go.
It's in.
Yeah, my saucepan is a little bit small, so it's got to go in that way. Look, you get two methods.
Oh, see, I have the big pots, and I have a big pot for just a little bit of pasta.
Yeah, I know mine is up. Oh, I mean, I have a fairly biggish, well, not big, not like yours, Giangi, but my kitchen isn't small, but there's not enough space. So my stock pot that I use for cooking lots of spaghetti when we have guests is upstairs above my wardrobe.
Well, I have two, and today I'm all by myself, so I'm making this dish only for me. So why don't I just start kind of going over what my recipe will need, and then I'll start preparing some of the things because we're really going to cook this live for you. So anyhow, I just put the water in. The water was salted.
Yeah, nicely I forgot to add my salt, so I'm just doing that now.
Perfect. My dish is very simple, and it's shrimps, garlic, tomatoes, butter, and wine with some parsley. So what I'm going to start to do, I am going to, while the pasta is cooking, I put the butter right next to, guess what? The heat. So I kind of melt it a little bit. And the garlic and my tomatoes. So let me start moving everything around. I'm going to move this over here. I am going to start with my sauteing my shrimp with the garlic, and I'm going to turn it over to you, Azlin.
All righty. So I've got a dish here that I came up with on pain of punishment many years ago in Singapore. I was an avid scuba diver. Haven't done it for a while, but and one of the things I used to do was I used to do a lot of conservation work. And on one particular dive, I was on this boat with, a few people. And I don't know how it came about, but I think I was challenged to see who could last longest on our tank, on our air tank. And stupidly, I accepted that the captain's challenge, because, I was a marathon runner. So I thought, yeah, I can do this. But sure. Long story short, I lost the bet, and basically I had to make dinner that night. So with 5 ingredients that I could find on board in the galley. So I found some pasta. I can't remember now if it was spaghetti or linguine then, but I found some pasta. And I found garlic. I found cream. It was UHT cream, but yeah, that'll do. And I found some smoked salmon, which is still in my fridge. I found some smoked salmon. And so, there was also some curry powder. So I put it all together with some olive oil, and that was it. And we all thought up of the name smoky masala spaghetti linguine. I can't remember what we called it. A smoky masala something pasta. So there you go. So that's how the dish came about. Super simple with only about 5 ingredients.
Well, mine is as simple as that as well. I was in Prague, and we stumbled upon this fabulous little restaurant in one of the little alleys, and I had pasta. Now, as being half Italian, I never ever order pasta anywhere when I go. It was just a reason to be. So I decided it looked very interesting. So I decided to have it, and I loved it. The ink pasta intrigued me, and it's a very simple dish. Then I have been doing since, and I just love it. It's something that you can do with anything in your refrigerator. I mean, we all have. The only thing you have to get, of course, is the shrimp, but you can make it with prawns. You can make it with other fish if you want to. I usually like the large, I think it's 1620 shrimp, which I have deveined also when I was doing that 2 minutes ago. So the only thing I have to do right now is put those in with the garlic. And I have this wonderful little contraption here, which I'm going to be using to put my garlic in. It's little slices, slivers of garlic. It's just absolutely wonderful. And just you saute it, very lightly. The shrimp, as soon as they turn pink, they're ready to go. So it will take 2 minutes. And I do keep the garlic in there, so it will be flavoring the rest of the meal.
So what have you got? I was sort of checking out our video, the live video. So what have you got besides garlic? Have you got onions there too?
No, not just garlic,
Okay.
shrimp, garlic, butter, tomatoes, which I am just actually finishing up cutting, because as soon as those turn pink, I am going to turn them over, and it's over medium heat. You don't want to cook them too much, because as soon as they turn pink, they're gone, and then I have to take them out. And then I am going to be putting my little tomatoes in, which I think have plenty of tomatoes here. Okay, let me turn my little shrimp. As you can see, they're just slightly turning pink. Don't cook too high on heat. You don't want the butter to burn. You want to take everything to have a nice flavor to it. And you see they're like nice and little starting to turn pink. And the garlic is just, because it's a low heat, it just takes this wonderful flavor to it. So this is it. Okay, I'll take 1 more minute, and that's it done.
So you said you came across this in Prague.
Yes.
Yeah. When were you last in Prague?
I want to say 2019.
Okay, I know we were there in October 2019 as well.
And I was there in July or August 2019. We did a whole tour. We went to Breckenau, we went to Poland, Czechoslovakia. We started in Germany and kind of Denmark, and then worked our way down. It was a 8 weeks vacation. Love it. I highly recommend.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Okay, well, my shrimp, they are ready. I mean, it takes that little to cook.
They're very, very, very beautiful, lovely gambas.
I know. Look at this. Boom. Now I'll put them on a little dish, and I am going to put them aside right here. I'm going to cover them.
So I'm basically waiting. See, I'm not doing anything because it's only going to take me 2 to 3 minutes to make the sauce. So I'm basically waiting for the pasta to almost finish cooking, and then I'll get the sauce going.
And I am just I just added my tomato to the sauce, and now I'm going to add my wine to the sauce, which is going to start doing this nice little thing.
Sizzling sound.
And I have a gas stove, so I always make very sure then and the size of the pan. I have this to cut on fire a few times, but there you go, putting it all in, and now I'm just going to let it reduce for a second. And while that is reducing, I am going to be cutting a little bit of parsley. I feel like I'm Julia Child here, and just because so what are you going to prepare?
Yeah, you need some white wine now, because and then maybe you'll drop some in your pasta.
Okay, you have forgotten one tiny little thing. It's 11 o'clock.
Oh, that didn't stop you when we were doing the cocktails, did it now, Giangi?
Yeah, but that was on a Sunday that we did, and I put it
on Yes, it's Friday. I forgot.
Right.
We've changed our days to Friday. That's right.
That's right. So, it was Sunday. So that being Sunday was a brunch, but no, so sorry. My little dog decides to bark. Fergus. Okay, try the pasta. not quite there yet, and it's perfect in salt. Perfect.
Okay, so pasta, right? Always put your pasta in when your water is boiling. Be generous with the salt in the pasta because it's going to make a difference to how it tastes with the sauce. Never put olive oil in your cooking pasta because then your sauce is just going to glide off your pasta.
That's right. That's right. And everybody makes that mistake, and you cannot to do so because you're right. And even afterwards, just a little bit of butter is better because butter attacks the oil slips. I mean, slippery versus holding.
I get a lot of questions about the olive oil, but my spaghetti is sticking. But hey, you just got to stand there and stir those fellas to separate them. We cook. My children have lunch when they were younger, right up to about 2 years ago. They had pasta every single day for lunch.
Really?
I mean, we're a mixed household, and we don't have Italian in our blood. That's one of those European bloods we don't have. But they had pasta every single day. Now it's every other day. So, when we cook spaghetti, I set the timer on, I go off and do some washing up, come back 2 minutes later, stir it again, 2 minutes later, stir it again, just to make sure it doesn't stick. Salt that water. That's the other thing, as I mentioned, that's very, very important. Not a pinch, a generous amount.
Generous amount. And when the pasta is cooked with the salt, it takes the flavor completely different, because if you put the salt afterwards, it's actually is not good for you, and secondly, it's not the same flavor. You will bite into it. So a lot of people were asking me that when I was giving cooking classes, the same exact question. And you watch it. I mean, when you start cooking, one of my biggest advice always been, you cook, you pay attention to what you're doing. You don't walk away. You turn off your phones. Matter of fact, I don't even like to use, when I do a recipe, I don't even like to use my mobile or my tablets, because then you have all the notification. Cooking should be that time of day then you're just all by yourself enjoying what you're doing. Right? Azlin? My beautiful friend froze. Where did she go? Where did she go? Oh, no. This is what happened when we're live. Where did she go? Let me test her. Well, folks, this is what happened when we go live. We freeze. Okay, well, it's just me here. So she will be back in a second. I'm sure she'll click me in and I'll let her do it. Meanwhile, I'm going to finish my dish before it gets too burned, because the pasta is boiling and I think it's almost done. And there you go. She's back. There, you're back. I can't hear you.
I have no idea what happened. Did I drop off, or did you drop off?
No, you dropped off. I was there, you froze. And then all of a sudden you were gone. So I was like, oops. So everybody knows that we're live. Okay, well, my pasta is ready.
I was just about to call for help from the kids.
Now, when you cook the pasta and you're going to mix it with something else, just make sure that you do it al dente also, because the cooking process will continue. And also always grab a little bit of the cooking water to it and save it aside, because you may need that if your pasta is too dry. So let me drain this.
Always save some cooking water. I'm doing the same. So the pasta's just about basically done, and I'm just going to drain that because my sink's behind my light. And we don't want to have any more mishaps, do we?
No, we don't. And I think we just had a little sauna with this. Were we talking about having a facial?
I don't know. Woo! Woo! Okay, I could apply a mask after this, So there we are. I'm going to leave that pasta there, and I'm going to get on with the sauce. So I've got a tiny, steaming up my camera. I've got a tiny, tiny piece of garlic here that I'm going to drop into the olive oil. Really, literally small clove of garlic, because it's just to enhance.
While you're doing that, I am going to
add.
Go ahead.
So I'm literally going to stir this for 10 seconds. I can get a smell already, and I'm going to add the cream, the curry powder into that. Any generic curry powder will suffice. This is a biryani masala, homemade biryani masala that I made a couple of weeks ago. So it's still viable, it still smells amazing, and that's what I'm using. Just a small amount, about a teaspoon per diner, according to the amount that you want. So that's had about 5 seconds. You can add a little bit more oil in there, but I'm not going to bother. Let's move that away from there.
Okay. And then what I did, I added the pasta to my tomato garlic wine sauce, and then I'm mixing it up very gently. It was still very nice. And I added a couple of more tablespoons of butter. The garlic is nicely and soft, which gives a nice fragrance. The tomatoes are perfect. And I'm going to add a little bit more parsley to it. And I am actually ready to serve this.
I added some pasta water to it while Giangi was talking. Sorry to interrupt you, Giangi.
No, not to worry.
A fresh single cream, as opposed to double cream, which can be whipped. So a small amount, because everything here, this is a very, very subtle recipe. Everything here just every ingredient plays a small part to make the whole sum, to make the whole total sum. So we've got a little bit of curry powder, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of cream, just for flavor.
Just for flavors.
We're just going to stir that. And we're going to add a little bit of salt.
Perfect. And we're done.
And then we're going to add our smoked salmon in it. I'm just going to reduce that. Can't even work out which is my fault. There we go. Reduce that heat. And this smoked, pardon me, smoked salmon should have come out about 30 minutes prior to cooking, to let it come to room temperature slightly. And then we're just going to add it there, add it to the cream and curry powder mix, and heat it through about a minute.
Oh, perfect. Well, my dish is ready to go. I just left it. I put the shrimp back in it. I'm keeping it on a low, so it keeps on being nicely amalgamated, all the flavors. And that's it. I might just put a little bit of water to it. Now, I took my pasta on a little bit earlier than cooked, like I say, al dente, because we're doing this live and I didn't want to have overcooked pasta. So, but at home, you can just take it, make sure that it's a little bit al dente, and then you just, once it's done, when all the flavors are back together, warm it up for a minute or so, and then we're ready to eat. So I'm done.
So the salmon is, smoked salmon is heated through. So I'm just going to add the linguine into the sauce, stir it through, and dish it up. That's it.
That's it. Should I start dishing mine?
Yeah, you go ahead and dish yours. I could have sworn this biryani mix wasn't spicy.
I'm sorry, what?
I could have sworn my biryani mix, the curry powder I'm using, wasn't spicy when I made it, but I'm coughing now.
No, you can't cough. All righty, this looks awesome. Okay. Where did I put my spatula? I had a spatula. Okay, I'm losing things on them.
I'm done as well. So we're just going to dish it up.
You know what? Adding some of the tomatoes. with the garlic, the shrimps. This is for 2 people, but it's only me. So my son's gonna come back a little bit later, and he's gonna have a little leftover pasta today. There you go.
Is he out?
No, he's at school still. Friday's a short day.
You know, I keep forgetting we do this on Fridays now and not Saturdays.
Yeah.
I mean Sundays as we used to do it.
That's right. So this is it. And then just a little bit more parsley over it. And there you have it. My ink pasta with shrimp, tomatoes, and garlic is all done. And it's moving from my plate.
Right. So here I am. Pardon me. Here I am dishing our smoky masala linguine. And so you do obviously want to taste it for salt. Smoked salmon is very salty. So you probably don't need to add much or any salt to it. Depending on your curry powder, it may have a little heat already, or if it's a very mild curry powder and you want to add chili flakes, by all means. But of course, you finish everything with some pepper. So there you go.
And plus, this is Azlin. Everything has to have that little kick it up a notch, right?
yeah. And then I just cough live. That's it. Remember the show a couple of weeks ago or something like that? Oh my God, I don't know what happened there. So there you go. And there we have it. You could finish this off with some herb, any herb, dill, if you like dill with your seafood. I'm not a fan of dill. You must have heard me say that a few times. Or you could have parsley on it, or because it's got a bit of curry powder, you can have coriander, cilantro. There we are.
And there you have it. That's beautiful.
Simple, super simple, smoky masala linguine.
And I think we should try it. I think we should.
Yeah,
I hate to eat in camera, but sorry.
Do I have to speak with my mouth full? That's the $1 million question. Try not to cough while I'm eating.
So good. So Azlin made the masala spicy salmon linguine. I made the ink pasta with the shrimps, tomatoes, and garlic. Both recipe will be underneath the link, this video. Next week, Azlin will be hosting. So Azlin, you want to tell us a little bit what we're going to be baking next week?
Yeah, so we're going to be doing for those of you who are not aware, the Persian New Year, which is a spiritual New Year, is Nowruz, or Nowruz is celebrated on the first day of spring. So because of that, I'm going to be doing a Persian recipe. I have lots and lots of Persian recipes on linsfood.com, and I've actually started a third blog called Middle Eastern Recipes, Best Middle Eastern Recipes. It's only a baby. It's only got about 6 or 7 recipes, but we'll get there. So anyway, we're going to be doing a couple of Persian recipes, but I'm going to keep it simple. And we're going to be doing dips. Not quite dip like that, but in Persian, in Persian cooking in Persian, when you sit down for a meal, yogurt-based side dishes are very, very common. And there are so many different types. So I'm going to be doing 2 for you because they are really easy, 2 very different looking yogurt side dishes. So with that in mind, I believe Giangi is going to be doing 1 or 2 dips as well.
That's right. I have a couple. I have some red crimson hummus I might be doing, as well as some feta cheese yogurt dip as well, which is fantastic with any kind of fish, poultry, you name it. So we are going to be doing that. Now, Azlin will be hosting. We will be doing the same thing as we did this week, give you a little forewarning to it prior to it. At the same time, just our link, I'm going to put the link of our YouTube channels underneath here. Meanwhile, we want to thank you from the bottom of my heart to be here today to share this 30 minutes with us. Please do like this video, comment, share it, and sign up to both of our channels. We greatly appreciate it. We enjoy it. And if you have any questions, please don't forget to write them down. Azlin and I will get back to it. in the next couple of days, today or the next day, just to answer, because we have a little hour difference here. So thank you again for all of you to be here. I'm Giangi with Giangi's Kitchen, and my beautiful friend Azlin
from linsfood.com.
Wonderful. You guys have a great weekend, and see you all next week. Bye.